Hey friends, it's Melanie. It literally looks like it's why does it look like that? I don't know what to do about that. Hey guys, what is up? It's Melanie. In today's video, it is gonna be a whole week's long video, a week full of craft. So every day I'm gonna be doing a new craft. I actually just got back from Joann's and I got some clay. So I'm gonna start with my first craft of the week. Very excited. Yeah, hopefully these turn out well. Other than that, let's get into these crafts. Guys, so I got these from Joann's today and they're just like little oven baked clays. I'm gonna be doing my first craft. I wanna make something like this. It's gonna be like a little mushroom jewelry holder, like a little bowl pot thing to hold like my rings and stuff. Okay, I've used polymer clay before, but not this brand, but it should be pretty simple. I don't think I bought the right thing. This is clay softener. I don't know if this I'm gonna see if I can make something out of this. That's so embarrassing. This is softener. This isn't actually clay, but I'm gonna bake it anyways and see if it works because I don't want to go back to the store tomorrow. I feel like one of these is a solid amount. And then I'll designate a little part for the mushrooms. Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan. Okay. Alright guys, so this is me just going for it and starting with my little mushroom tray thingy-mabob. I figured this one was pretty self-explanatory. I basically just shaped out the little plate with my hands and used my fingers to form it into the shape I want and like try to smooth it out as much as possible. As you can see here, doing a lot of like pottery type stuff, what I probably would have done if I never dropped out of my pottery class. And then for the mushrooms, I tried a few different techniques for this. This first mushroom, I kind of just shaped with my hands. And then the second two, I made like the top part separate from the stem and then figured I would just glue them together. All right, guys, I have my little mushroom formations finished in my little plate. Some of them, like this one I did just as a full mushroom, but then these ones I did like separately, and I think I'm gonna like glue it all together at the end. So I just have it on my little toaster oven tray. I'm gonna put it in there. Guys, you saw this? It was white before. Like, it worked. Like, it's hard. Like, it's exactly how I wanted it to be, but I didn't read the instructions. This is funny though. Bad funny. This is like my second time burning my clay. I did this with my friends the other day and I burnt it then too. Whatever, it worked. I'm painting it anyway, so I don't really care. All right, yay, here, overview clip of me and my burnt clay. So I started off by filing down a little bit just to make sure that the surface was flat, and then I used some hot glue just to glue my mushroom heads to the stems, as you can see here. And now since they were all black and burnt, I had to use some white paint to get a nice base coat for that. And then the rest of this is really self-explanatory, but you can just follow your heart, paint however you want, and you guys have seen my various painting tutorials, I am sure of that. So basically, go crazy. Had a lot of fun. Very therapeutic as always. Love a good painting montage. And here you see all of my finished little painted detailed items. Very happy with how that turned out. I just let that air dry for a little while and then headed back over to my glue gun station just to simply glue the mushrooms into place. As you can see here, I am very excited with how my design turned out. I just sealed it all in with some Mod Podge. Next day, but look how cute this turned out. I'm absolutely obsessed. Look how cute. I'll do some little close-up shots. I'm gonna put my rings on this and like my new jewelry, and I'm so excited. Like, hello, that's adorable. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. So cute. Look at it. Oh my gosh. All right, so here are all of my supplies. You're just gonna start off with your thick board. Cut it up into as many colors as you have. Apparently I have 4, and I'm gonna do them kind of in like an ombre. I don't know which, this way. Yeah. All right, so my rainbow's gonna look a little something like this. And you're just gonna take some skinny string, tie it to the longest one, just so that's gonna be the like hanger. And then based off of my knowledge, this is pretty self-explanatory. You just take each color and then you're gonna use the thin cord and wrap it around this thick string, leaving like a little bit on the ends. So I'm gonna start with this darkest one and just start wrapping it. And I kind of just tuck the end in right here. Alright, so this is what my first little string looks like, and then I just secured it at the end with some hot glue, and then I'm just gonna snip this little end off and then get started on these three with those three colors. So I have all my little wound thingies, and all I have to do is hot glue like in between to glue them together in their little rainbow formation. So I'm gonna hop over here and do that. Alright guys, here are my two finished little thingy things. I don't even know what they're called, but I just added a little bead to the top of them, and this is the one I showed you guys, a little mini one I made right afterwards, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with them yet, but I think they're cute. That's it for craft number 2. Okay guys, it is day 3 of this craft, and today I'm gonna be making some fun rings, but not just any rings. I'm gonna be making like my own little bead things also. So what I'm thinking for this is I'm gonna make little clay charms because I want them to be frogs, because I don't know why, I've just been obsessed with frogs recently. So I'm gonna make some cute little frog charms. Alright, to do this, I just started off with some of the leftover clay from the very first craft, and I just took a very small blob from this and basically made little circles. Basically make whatever shape you want for your charm. Just don't forget to poke a little hole with some wire. I use jewelry wire. You could also use just like a pin or a paper clip just to make sure that you have a hole so that you can actually make your ring. Alright, so I made 4 little charms. I'm about to plop them in my little oven to bake them. I finished baking these guys. It was only for a couple minutes because they're really tiny, but I'm gonna keep them on the little like metal thing so that I can hold that while I paint all of them. Yay, another painting montage. Woohoo!
Remember, don't hesitate to call on me for anything. Like you said, a human being, I'm going to make you take that chance. Things have been different for me ever since I met Hildy. I've never met anyone quite like her before.
Okay, I finished painting all of my little charms, and look how cute they are. Like, I'm obsessed. I made some bigger ones, and then I made little smaller versions of each of them. Now I'm gonna turn them into rings. I also covered them with some Mod Podge just to make sure that like they don't chip or anything, and it should prolong the life, make it last a little bit longer. And then all you're gonna need for the rings is just some wire. Also, I have wire cutters and like little jewelry pliers. I will show you guys me doing this with this little smiley face guy because it's probably will be the easiest. First thing, I'm gonna take this thing out. I have the perfect little hole for my wire. I'm gonna take some wire and chop it. More is probably better than having not enough. So I have this wire, it's like 20 something gauge, I don't even know, but I'm just gonna guesstimate, but it kind of depends on how much you want to wrap it and stuff. All I'm gonna do, decide which finger I want it on. I'm gonna start off by threading my little bead thing through this wire. So I gotta find the hole, and then I'm just gonna wrap it around the finger that I'm gonna be wearing it on, which I'm just gonna do it around my pointer finger right now. And I'm just gonna wrap it a couple times. That's kind of up to you, but I think I'm gonna do it 3 times. And then I'm just going to take it off, make sure that it's all lined up like so. And then I'm gonna take this little extra part and basically wrap it around so that it stays. So now that I have the basis of my ring here, basically all I'm gonna be doing is using this leftover wire to wrap on each side of the ring just to secure my little charm in. And you can use like some jewelry wires to help you tuck the ends of the wire in so that you don't poke yourself. Using thinner wire makes this a lot easier to wrap. Okay, this is my first ring. I think it's so cute. This is what the finished one looks like. And now I'm gonna work on my little froggy one. I'm gonna do the exact same thing. Guys, I'm obsessed with this one. I'm so happy with how it turned out. But this is my little baby froggy ring. This is my big frog and my big smiley face. And unfortunately, the small smiley face dude, he broke. Rest in peace. I am absolutely obsessed with these. Oh my gosh, I am in love with this. Look at these. They're adorable. We still have an amazing track record. I have loved every single craft I've done. I've only done 3, but I mean, I love all of them so far. Hey friends, it is the next day. Yeah, we are in the same spot. I guess this is like my craft spot or something. But today, here, I'll show you a picture. I actually really need a coaster. I was about to go buy one, but then I was like, I can totally make one somehow. I looked up on Pinterest and I found this really nice tutorial. So I'm actually gonna link the tutorial for you guys because she does a way better job at explaining it than I ever could. These are so cute. Kind of like a little mini rug. All right, so I'm just watching the tutorial. Of course, I'm gonna link this down below for you guys. All you need is some cord and some scissors. So I'm just gonna start off by following the directions, measuring and cutting some string. Okay, I now have all my string measured out and I'm just gonna try as best as I can to follow this tutorial. Guys, I'm not even gonna try to explain how I did this. I just really recommend checking out the video that I linked below. But here's a little overview time lapse of me making this. It did take a little bit to get used to, but once you get the hang of it, it really is not that bad. So I still recommend trying it out. Okay, little update. I can see the patterns starting to form. So far, it was kind of difficult to begin, but then it gets a little more repetitive. So I started to get the hang of things. I think as long as you have a video to watch, then you're pretty solid. Okay guys, update. This took almost an hour to do, but it was kind of like repetition. So I was just watching New Girl while doing it. So it was kind of fun and satisfying, to be honest. All I have to do now is trim the edges and you actually comb it out to give it like that frilly little edge. Okay guys, I'm all finished. Look at that. Look at that. Nice, nice. I say this was a success. It only took me, guys, I think this actually took me 2 hours and it was because I was freaking combing this stuff out. It took forever to comb this out. See you guys tomorrow. Better than my face. Bye. Hi friends, it is, well, I haven't been saying the days, but it's the last day of my little DIY challenge thingamabob, and this one, not gonna lie, I'm cheating it just a tad just because I already made one of these, so it's not really like I'm testing it out. Kind of is, whatever, but I'm now realizing there's a very common theme between all of these crafts that I've chosen. They're all very indie mushroom looking things and macrames. Today we're combining that. I made this cute little like macrame hanger thing for the mirror in my car, and so one of them is already in there. I am going to make another one because I'm obsessed with it. Very easy. I have this little terrarium thing that I got at some random store back in California, but I'm sure you could get these online. It's supposed to grow a cactus, but honestly, nothing's happening. I'm kind of concerned, so I think I'm just gonna glue a mushroom in there. All you really need is string and some scissors. So let's get started. All right, so I'm gonna be doing it on this little doorknob thing. You could also just tape it or like hang it, hook it over something, but this just makes it a lot easier. You can use measurements, but it kind of depends where you want to hang your macrame thing. Basically, I'm gonna make 4 strings, and mine are about an arm's length, like that. And then I'm gonna fold it over one more time. So it's basically 8. That's how long my little macrame thing is. And then you're just gonna snip all the ends so that they're like individual strings, if you know what I'm saying. This will kind of vary depending on what it's holding. Since mine's holding a really tiny pot, I'm gonna make all my knots close together. I'm just going to loop this around here to make things easier. All you're gonna do is take 2 strings, tie a knot. Doesn't really matter which 2. I just grab the ones that are next to each other because it makes it easier. And then I'm gonna do the same thing to the next 2 strings, and I want the knot to be in the same level, I guess, like aligned with it. I'm gonna do my next one, and then I'm gonna go over to this side, same thing. So I have 4 knots now, pretty aligned here. And then the next thing I'm gonna do is take 2 knots and then take these strings in the middle and tie a knot there. And then it's up to you basically how much you wanna space it. Since my terrarium is really small, I'm gonna make this pretty close together so that my little plant doesn't fall through. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. Take the 2 strings closest to each other in the middle, tie another knot. Mine's like an inch away. And then all these loose strings, I'm just gonna tie those together too. So these 2 strings, and then over here, these 2 strings as well. And now you can see I have like basically 2 layers of knots. I'm gonna do a 3rd one. It depends how big your pot is, but for my little thing, I figured 3 is good. And now that I have these 3 rows, I'm just gonna finish it off by tying one big knot at the bottom. And then this is what you have, and I'll put my little terrarium in here to show you guys what it looks like. Just set that in there basically, and that's what it looks like. You can also trim the bottom so that it's a little straighter. I think I'm gonna do that. And then for a little bedazzling, I'm gonna add this little mushroom just like into my pot for now because there's no cactus there and it makes me sad. And now I'm done. Alright guys, so that was basically it for this video, and those were all the DIY. I had so much fun doing this, and even like challenging myself to try a new craft every day was really fun for me. Got me a little out of my comfort zone. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.
I know you wanna leave, so come on baby, be with me so happily.